Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rob. Hope you all have an amazing day. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, let me know if you all can hear me. Go ahead in the chat box and type in the number 1 and let me know that you can. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Jim. Morning, Helen. Yeah, you are being recorded, Jim. Morning or afternoon, Kevin. Kristen, good morning. Hey, Jeff. Morning, sir. How you doing, Gene? All right. That was an interesting comment by Zoom there. I did hear the announcement we're being recorded. It was actually on my computer. It came out of my speakers. So, yeah, it's because we record Power Hour. I just never heard it say it before. We always record Power Hour. FYI, guys, whoever's typing in the Q&A, please try to use the chat. Jack, I see that. Thank you. Good day from Florida. Excellent. I don't really check the Q&A. So definitely help me out if you put it into chat. Make it easy for me to catch it if there's a question for you. Okay, so we had an earlier meeting today. I guess I got in a little bit later. I wasn't the first one to start the recording. And apparently it's a new thing. They're just announcing that you're being recorded. Give you the opportunity to back out if you don't want to be recorded. Not that you're talking. There's only me that's doing that part, right? For the most part. All right. What a day, what a day, what a day. First off, drop in your trades. Let me know how you are doing today. How is the world of trading the market treating you? Is it a good day? Is it a bad day? Is it an okay day? I want to hit the continue button. Sarah said, oh, up over 2K on the NQ so far today. There you go, Sarah. Excellent. Christian said, good so far. That is fantastic. Throw them in, guys. I know more of you out there are trading. So drop them in. Roman said, Power Hour. Power Hour on, and it's already a good day. All right, excellent, Roman. Maybe lower volume, Brad. Let's see. Jack said good so far. Suzanne said good day, grabbed SPY and Qs, re-entered the Qs maybe a little early, but waiting on that one. Jim said great trading day, SPY. Got a nice move up this morning. Yep, we got a trade we're going to share with you today on SPY. Roman said woke up late today, no trades yet. All right, well, hey, it's the wonderful thing about it, Roman. If you decide you want to sleep in, there's always another trade down the road, right? Ask me, and when we get into the latter part, Debbie, about AA, I'll take a look at it for you. Brian said, caught Brandon CO trade this morning in the E-minis. Nice. How'd you do on it, Brian? Trader Will said, not trading. You're welcome, Will. I'm glad you got it. That's great. Voodoo, cash on June Iron Condor on the rut. Yep, there you go. Started the July rut Condor. I've got mine in. They haven't taken either one of my legs yet. I've got it in from about 9:40. They haven't taken it yet. All right, keep in mind that all the trades that we look at are for educational purposes only. Nothing is meant to be advice and or recommendation. Yeah, Michael said the Iron Condor works like a charm. It's a beautiful trade. It's going to go against you at some point, Michael. There's no question. It's not if, it's when. It will. Management is what it's all about. Brian said, hit first target. Wish I stayed for the second one. I know those feelings very much, Brian. I know those feelings well. All right. I'll share the one of the trades that came off of Trade Watch Alerts with you in a little bit. We've got Trading You tonight, which is May 24th. And then Monster Market Move is coming up on the 26th. Brandon has his boot camp also on the 26th. So Brandon's 4-hour training is on Monday, the 26th, which is on Wednesday, 12 to 4. And then we're doing monster market movers in the evening at 8 to 10 p.m. For those of you that have not been, you need to. So what we basically do is there's 4.5 hours of prerequisite training in there, meaning you've got access to it for the whole month. So you could go watch it any time, but it teaches you all of the trade setups that I do and the candidates we go over. I was just talking to somebody that asked me to come on and do a show for them. They want me to do a 1-hour show for their students. And basically we were talking about monster market movers. Said, listen, I put together this massive list of candidates that have patterns to them, channels, trends, fibs, so forth. And then from there, I take and I break it down and find the ones that are setting up now or close to setting up now. And we go through and look at some of those candidates. So that's really what we do in there, guys. I mean, the whole idea is to give you a list of candidates that are going to last you somewhere between the next 4 to 6 weeks. Not every candidate's going to last that amount of time. Some are going to fall off right away. Some will never come to fruition. Some are going to happen right away. Right? The whole idea behind it is to teach you that there are ways to look at different patterns and structures that are out there. And we give you the fish while you're learning how to fish yourself at the same time. Looks like Amy dropped in a link to it. So guys, it's normally $199 for the training. If it's your first one, when you register, it's $29 for your first one. Guys, go ahead and check it out. You will not be disappointed with it. I promise you that. Even to the point that if you came back and said, this was absolutely horrible, I got nothing out of it at all, Rob, I'll give you $29 back. I mean, that's how confident I am in this training. Right? Take the 2 hours and tell me you didn't like it. You got nothing from it, and I'll gladly refund you your $29. All right? But I promise you that's not going to be the case. All right? Make sure you register for Coach's Corner coming up this Friday. I am definitely excited about that. Man, we're getting such great feedback. Amy, can you answer Debbie's question in there? I don't know what it is right now. I think, Debbie, it's $749 for the quarter. And I want to say $399 for a monthly for E-mini Think Tank. Richard, all right, so you did some SPX short 42.10.15 and short the May 28th 42.35.40. Nice, Richard, nice. Okay, excellent. Remember, next Monday is a holiday. We will not be here. Whenever the markets close, we are closed, right? So Monday we are off. There will also be no E-mini Think Tank come next Monday because, again, the market's closed. All right, here's our followers page. Please do. And for those of you that are, thank you. I shared with the team again this morning. We got an email over the weekend for the number of downloads we've had on our podcast, which is huge. We're very impressed with it and very thankful for all of you that have been listening along. I'm actually recording 2 more episodes of it today. Sean's got a couple more already still in the bank. So we've got plenty of them out there. We've got about a month's worth of podcasts out there, but we've had some good feedback. I've gotten some good emails back from you guys. So I do appreciate that. Thank you for that. Right. Here's trade of the day, right? One trade every single day we take out of what we do. And we do this trade. And again, we're talking non-funded trades, right? We do this trade every single day. We're trading the market, guys. That's what we do, right? Someone on the team is trading it. This was Amelia. This is her bellywick. This is her trade. She's killing it with this. So you'll notice at 10:13 this morning in green, bottom line, she bought 13 contracts of the SPY for 17 calls at $1.75. She sold them less than 2 minutes later. The same 13 contracts she sold at $1.91. So 75, that's what, 16 cents? So if we look, we have 16 cents times 13 times 100, $208 in 2 minutes. Go ahead and annualize that puppy out. Ha! Right? Go annualize that out. All right? That is a great rate of return in a very short period of time. Right? $200 profit, right? Or $16 on 175. So what is that? Is that about 12%, 8%, somewhere around there? Debbie, if you have an interest, send an email in on E-mini and we will take care of you if you go with the monthly, the quarterly. I'll help you out with that. All right. Excellent. Okay. So what is 12,579,840, Jeff? Oh, got it. Jeff annualized it. Thank you, sir. Jeff annualized it. That's $12,579,840. Yes. Amelia's on a good path right now. Okay. Woo. Very good, very good, very good, very good. So let's go take a look-see at the markets. Let's go to the S&P 500. Okay. Gap, go. What a great run. Where are we now? We're kind of flattening off with lunchtime, and that's okay. No questions, no concerns, no issues. I'm very happy with what the S&P has done. Right? If we look, let's go here. Just give it a second to register. Having problems with my trading system today, and I don't know why. Well, let's go back to Trade Station when we know we're good. So let's go look at the daily chart here real quick. So we're not anywhere near the all-time highs at this point, but I am very excited to see a push above this congestion area, all these tops we had in here, right, to get a push above. We just need to hold above that. So Michael said, did Amelia trade that with a limit order or with a market order? Amelia is a limit order trader. And actually, I'll share it with you. So if you look, Voodoo, if you look right there, LMT, order type, limit. It said MKT for market. So she had a limit order in place for that, for both. 13 contracts, 13 cents. That's really the way to go. You're welcome. Don't worry, Michael. You're welcome. So good move, good push. I like it. I like the pattern that we're having here. Next press is up to the resistance, which is our all-time high that we put in, right? And we are not that far away. You know, we're looking at 241. We're at 198. So 50-ish points, 45 points to get up to the all-time highs. And I'm ballparking. I don't remember the exact number of it, but we're about right there. But overall, good move on the S&P 500, right? And we last week we talked about the S&P as well, and this week we've got it down as Jim said, and 4181 is the fib number, so we're above that 4181, which is critical, right? Still not registering here, and I don't know why. But there's the 4181. We've got 4191 and 4200 are the three levels we've got to contend with. So if I snap some lines on here, we'll make this our 4200. $41.91. And 41.81. So all three of these levels extremely important in our overall Fibonacci analysis, right? If we can close where we are right now, we still need to get above that 4,200 level. That's critical. And I wouldn't, if we're going to get above today, I really wanted to get up to 4204, 5, somewhere around there. Just give me a couple of points above that line, not just a point or two. I really need to have a little bit up above it. So we have the opportunity to pull back and bounce without needing another day in there to take an entry off of something like that or use that as a trigger. because there are so many traders out there right now waiting for the break above these three levels, a close above, a retest, and a bounce, right? Because that's where we've been. But then even from there, we still have our all-time highs that we have to contend with. Let me just pull this down. It'd be easier this way. That's about it right there. Right, so we still have that all-time high to contend with. I don't know if we'll be able to see the line if we bring it in a little bit. Yeah, barely, but there it is. Yeah, it's best we're going to get. So now the question is it going to fail or follow through? And once again, the answer is yes. Guys, I just gave you the ticket, the key of what we're looking for. I want to see a breakout. I want to see a retest, and I want to see a bounce. That is the signal that we're looking for. We broke out, and now all the looky-loos are going, ooh, was this a mistake? Is it a head fake? Let's see. It came back a retest, and it bounces. And that's what we're looking for. Not that's what it did. If that's what happens, that is the signal to say go. And look to take that bullish trade or a bullish trade off of that. All right. How many of you are using 4181 on your charts, on your S&P? Give me a 1 for yes or 2 for no. We got lots of you in here, just not lots of answers. All right, so those of you that are not, guys, this is a key Fibonacci level. A key Fibonacci level, 4181 is the number. You need to get that on your charts. That is critical, that number. Whether you've got the 4191, the 4200 or not, that 4181 is an invisible line that traders don't know is there, that the line is there, but they're affected by it day in and day out. They're making emotional decisions off it, and they have absolutely no idea that they're doing it. Right, so make sure to add that line to your system as you are trading, okay? All right, so let me clear this off. We go back here just because I've got all my lines drawn on Trade Nav. By the way, guys, we're transitioning away from the Trade Nav. We have a new version of the program that we are releasing. It is ours, our program, not Trade Nav's, but it is Trade Nav. But it's our own version of it that they're putting together for us. There's all kinds of bonuses in there beyond what we have now. For those of you that have Trade Navigator as it stands right now, when we make the transition, you will automatically be transitioned into what is called Omega charts. It will automatically upgrade, and you will get all of the new bonuses that come along with it as well. For those of you that decide to get Trade Nav now, you're going to see some emails coming out over the next couple of days. But you get Trade Nav now, you will take advantage of it. Once it goes out and we introduce it as Omega charts, all of those bonuses and the discounted pricing go away completely. All right. So if you have an interest, you've been sitting on the fence, this is the time to do it. All right, to take advantage of it. But you can see the 4181, 4191, 4200. We've got a 4237 line as well up here that we've got to contend with. No, well, we don't want to put a 418 per se on the SPY. I mean, you could break it down in there. I just don't know how emotional that becomes on a different index. I've never looked at it that way, but by just going 10%. So Jim said since 416, we have been around that 4181. It's a long time, 5 weeks. Oh yeah, it's been beautiful. It's been beautiful. All right, so that's what we're looking at, whether it's fail or follow through. Guys, if we break off of this and come back down again, moving average is what we're concerned with. Do we break the 8 and 21? the pink, and the green line? If we do, does the 55 hold? Because that's what it's going to come down to. Can that 55 moving average hold its own? If it does, then I'm okay. If that 55 fails, guys, we're looking at, again, some of you have heard me say this. What we got there? A little too much. So I don't quite want it that big. 432. So if we come up about 20 points, 85, 95, 05. That's about where I see us dropping to. If we break, there's the potential. Yeah, it's not in here. Exactly, Karen. And I don't know why it's not registering right now. I think I got to restart the computer. What is 4232? I'm not sure, Patty. 4237.25. Hold on. Let's see. What was our high? 4238.04 is our high. Below the 136. Oh, okay. Duh, Rob. That's the all-time high, Patty. That's the all-time high. Really stretch it out. Let me get rid of that green line. So it's the all-time closing high, is what it was. High close, right, Jim? Thank you. It was our all-time close. I didn't bother putting the all-time high in here, although it probably is not a bad idea. High is 4238.04. Got pretty close on that one. And that's just because it just sits right on top of that Fibit. So I didn't bother with it. All right, so look for the breakout, the bounce, and the continuation. 4237 is our first resistance that we're looking for on the upside. If we break to the downside, watch the 8 and 21. Now you got your rules for fail or follow through. That's exactly what you're looking for either one of them, is right through there. Right, when you look at the day today, it has been outstanding. Great trading day so far. Good moves on the markets. My only disappointment is one of the positions that I took. I'm sorry I did a naked put instead of a covered call on it today because of how huge of a move the stock has already made. And that's coming off of Covered Call Explorer today, from over the weekend for today. Right? And that was on... I did about 7 trades off of there this morning off Covered Call Explorer. Jeff, did you pick up any trades today on Covered Call Explorer? I didn't do anything diagonal. I did all covered calls and naked puts. Oh, I know what it was. It was AMC. There's no AS needed here. Okay, AMC. I mean, look at this. Woo! Nice gap up. We called it small move to the upside. And we got a really nice continuation. And Ron, that naked put that I sold, I haven't checked it recently, but about 11 o'clock had already dropped down to less than half its value of what I sold it for. So buying it back, I could buy it back for a couple of hours at half of what I sold it out for. Right? You look at companies like American Airlines. Mixing up symbology. AAL, I don't need an S to bring up a symbol. American Airlines had a really nice move up, nice pullback, and there's that little rounding bottom taking place off of the 8 moving average, right? Another one. Whether you're looking at a covered call or you're looking at a naked put, so I just set up for my iron condor, which is a vertical. Here, right now, what are we looking at? We're selling a put. You'd be selling the 12 for about 21 cents right now. You'd probably get 22. That's the put we would sell on AMC. CCL is another one. All right, Carnival. Big fan. Have been for a couple of months now on these guys as recovery stocks. If you're doing it as a naked put, we'd be looking at the 27 for about 21 cents. If you're doing the covered call, you'd be doing 28.5 at 36 cents, 35 cents when it's all said and done. Right. Great opportunities on multiple companies like this. These are just some of them. I already own CCL. I already own American Airlines. So to me, it was a management versus a taking on a new trade where I'm buying the equity itself or adding to the position by selling more naked puts. I will not, if I'm already in a long covered call position, unless I don't have my full allotment. So if my trade, my risk profile in that candidate, we'll just pick a company. My risk profile in American Airlines, just I'm making it up, right? Let's say my risk profile was 10 contracts and I only had 600 shares, then I would be okay to sell 4 contracts of the naked puts because that would round me to the 10. If I already had my 10, I'm not going to sell more because if I'm wrong, now I'm too overly bullish and I've exposed myself to even a greater risk in the trade, which I really don't want to do. Right? I really want to stay away from that as much as possible. Right? It's too easy to get in trouble being on the wrong side of that trade and get your head handed to you. All right. Let's see who else. Let's reset this. These are the ones I look at every day. So you look at ones that are going the opposite direction of the market: United Healthcare, Amgen, VIX, which is supposed to be. We don't have a lot of movement down. And we look from big movers. We got Google at $60 plus move to the upside. Let me get my tracking sheet for a second. All right, so we'll take a look at that in a minute. All right, so Google we had down as a day trade. Tough trade on Google with the 100-point level right here in the middle, the moving averages, all the fib lines. A little too tight for me on Google. Karen said, unless you caught anything in the first 15 to 20 minutes, it's hard to get in. Yep. All my trades are pretty much done then. I got into meetings and things that are planned on a Monday that I normally deal with every Monday, which is why my trading takes place, right after that 9:35, 40 time period for most of what I do. Who else? Let's see. Booking also had a great move to it today. Nice move overall. Good stretch up. It's starting to give some back now. It's actually got below the moving averages on that lunchtime lull taking place now. But Amazon, nice strong burst to the upside. Nvidia, I mean, it's just the market at hand, right? Even Chipotle finally coming back. What did we have Chipotle done as? We were bearish. It still is bearish. Right now, we're sitting at 1355-ish. So right in here, again, for whatever reason, the last candle's not populating. I think I just need to restart, which we're obviously not going to do while we're in class. So it puts us into a bearish neutral bias on Chipotle. But, I mean, if they can finally get out of this doldrum, which has really dragged them down from where they were. Oh, that's better. 1580. And they got down to that 1295 level. So right about where we were the last time. We had a longer wick, but I don't care about that. Exactly. Amy said I like it. Yep. For tomorrow, possibly. There you go. Who else? Tesla. $18 to the upside. Small and steady climb right up until that 1040 time period. Then it just went sideways from there. So overall, nice move this morning. Got back above its moving averages. All looking good. Roku. That's it. Big move to the upside and then sideways from there. Yeah, I'm signed in, Jim. I just don't know. It shows green light that I'm getting it. And then I'm connected. So I am not sure. For whatever reason, though, the streaming bridge is not giving me anything. So I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. I'll get it after we're done here today. We can work with Trade Station for now. All right. So what candidates you guys want to take a look at? Talk to me. We're still going to work off Trade Now, so you're going to have to deal with if it doesn't populate today's data. Some it is, some it isn't. It's over. Get set up a little bit better than I am. AMD Trader Will is asking for. All right, so AMD is a very old fib. Still works, very old fib. It's just, when I sit back and I look at this, Will, I don't like the way it feels. The way it makes me feel as I look at it, there's no consistency anywhere in here. Is my biggest concern with it. Now, with that being said, we are in a neutral bias right now, which is a day trade. So if we look at, let me drag this out to the right. If we look at this, my first inclination would be, all right, we want to take a bearish trade. Where? Well, bearish if it gets below the 8. Great. The 8's in the middle of the two fib lines, which puts me at about 76.5, and I've got 74 right down here. Could you do it? Yes, you could. There's just not a lot of room in there. Well, so I'd be very cautious about that. Got some really good strength at that 74 level. So that's one positive there, no matter what happens. right? But I'm not a fan of the overall pattern of it right now. It's been very sporadic, very hard to, we go up a handful of days, we come down almost as much in the next handful. Back up again, big pullbacks. Up and down, boom, we explode. Where'd that come from? Big gap up, exhaustion gap, right? And then fill. Right? Will said I traded off of the support. Excellent. Okay. There you go. Let's see. Jim's asking for XLE. Up $600 right now on AMD. Good. Now we come here. Let me do this. Let me make this column a little bit narrower. Let me make this a little bit narrower. More screen visibility or viewability. So now we look at XLE, Jim, which is the energy sector. We have the 8 moving average sitting right at that. This is where, so 52.39. Thanks, Jim. So right about where it was, or right about where it shows from Friday. So we've got a confluence of the 8 and the fib line, the 136 fib. Give me a push above, a retest and a bounce, and you got 54 is resistance, and we've made it up the last 2 attempts to about 54 3/4. Right? So I like the pattern. I like the setup. Do we have a clear and concise entry? Write that down. If you do not have that ingrained, whether you need to staple it to your forehead, tape it on your monitor, write it on your thumbs in nail polish, clear, concise. Just maybe have someone else do it for you, right? But you get the idea. C, clear, concise. To remind you, you want a concise entry. You want to have the right entry at the right place. Ideally, you've got a moving average and a fib line intersecting there. That's a perfect setup, right? It's the best one of the setups that you can have. And then after you have a concise entry, do you have a clear path to the next resistance? There's no 100-point levels. There's no all-time highs. There's not another moving average. There's nothing getting in your way line-wise of hitting your target. So you have a clear and concise entry. Then and only then should you be taking the trades. And that is the hardest thing for me to get students to understand, traders to get, is that they need that clear and concise entry. To say it's critical is an understatement. You really need to have it. Amy said, put it on the wall in front of me so I see it before I place every trade. Yep. All right. Overall, I like it though, Jim. Like the candidate. Let's see. PLTR. Michael's asking for PLTR. Planetar. All right. So recent earnings has done nothing for them. They've just kind of been blah since the earnings have come out. Not what I wanted. I want this here. All right. Same stock. I just wanted to see the Fibbits. All right. Not a very old company. Goes back to the end of last year, September, October, somewhere around there. Excuse me. You got a good, if we get the rollover clear and concise, we've got a clear path down to about $18. Concise would be the entry down below the 8 somewhere. But we've got the potential to move a couple of bucks on this. How are the options? PLTR, right? What's going on? If we're a buyer, we're buying at least a month of time, plenty of open interest. 70 delta to 211, not bad. 17-cent bid ask spread, not bad. Theoretical value on the position is 287. Right now we'd be paying 219. So overall, not bad whatsoever. Right? Options available, they work. It's fantastic, right? But I'd want to see the rollover to the downside. You're welcome there, Jim. Just trying to see where I left off. All right, there we go. Debbie's asking for fibs on AA. Guys, I go through the list from top to bottom. So the faster you put them in when I ask for it, the faster I get to it. So AA, I mean, I've got fibs drawn on here. The 618 was never violated, so we do not have a need to redraw the fibs at this point. When they say it was never violated on a closing basis. So look at this trend line in here, guys. Right? I was measuring these bottoms down here, and you can see the blue. That's where I drew that line from. Right there. That's the beginning to the end of where I drew it. So if I draw a trend line right now, watch, I'm going to start on where is this yellow line. I'm going to end with my mouse clicking on where the red line is, the intersecting line. That's where the blue line came up. Why? That blue line shows where I started and where I finished my drawing from. So I can always look back to a series of lines and know where they're from inside of there. So with that knowledge now, let's come back. Now, Debbie was asking if I could draw the fibs on AA. So I've got the fibs drawn. There's nothing about it that I like, Debbie, until we get back above the 8 as far as bullish. And there's nothing that I like at all about it for potential bearish. If we look left, we've broken down through the 21 before one time. Did not quite make it down to the 55, and we bounced from there. As long as we can do the same type of thing here, we're okay. Right? I would not want to see at this point a break all the way down to the 55, because that would put me from position 1 to position 2 in my chair. Position 1 is lean back, hands behind my head, just chilling out, can't touch the keyboard. Right? That's position number 1. Right? That's where I want to be if I do not have a good, clear, and concise setup in here, and we don't. Right? Get me back above that 38.82 on a closing basis, a retest and a bounce. Yes. Yes. Because there I'm looking at from 39 to 42.5. All right. A couple of messages came in there. Let me scroll down first. Low delta on which one, Michael? So I was looking at a 70 delta, which is 203 by 219. We want a 65 to 85 delta is what we're looking to trade. Yeah, 65 to 85 delta. You got it. You got it. Anytime. Yeah, just all kinds of computer issues today, Jim. Let's see. Next is FCX. So I hope that helped, Debbie. FCX, Keith is asking for. Let's see. All right. So FCX. First thing is I need to move above the 21. I mean the 8, which is the pink line, and we may be there again. I don't know why we're just not picking up the intraday data. I have it. It's just not coming through. Ah, there we go. Okay. Now it registered. Interesting. So we're pinned between those moving averages. Let me bring it in. We're pinned in there. So right now, Keith, not very excited about FCX until we get above the 8. And even there, where the 8's kind of in the middle of these two fib lines. So I'm a little bit gun shy here with where we're at. Potential day trade, sure. But that's all I would do on FCX. Hope that helped, Keith. PM, Larry asked for. Philip Morris. I am just morally opposed to this company as a company. That doesn't mean anything. You know, I did some financial advising at one point, and one gentleman said to me, I don't want any companies that have any German ownership in them. Whatever his issue was, it doesn't really matter, right? That was his opinion that he's not investing in those companies. Companies like Philip Morris, who I think have done worlds of damage on purpose to people. Now, will I trade them to the downside if they're failing? Absolutely. I'll buy a put on them all day long. Die. I don't really have a good fib on here. Let's go back. Got this move here, but we've already overshadowed that. I mean, it's not a great fib. It's okay. I'd want to be above the 98.62 before doing anything on Philip Morris, Larry. COP, which is Conoco. Let's see. All right. So if we look at that 56.08 level, uh, 56 to 61.5. All right, we need to split this. I need a 118 line in there. All right. Get me above the 56, and 58.5 is your target. Like the target, like where it's going, like the setup of the 8 moving average and the 236, which is hesitation fib line. We're pinned between the 8 and 21 right now, which means we've got pressure building. We're looking for the breakout. Hope that helped, Larry. Michael's asking for Fubo. Wow, what a great H, huh? Whoo, man, what a great H pattern. In the middle of nowhere there, Michael, so I'd be careful. Nothing about this excites me. Moving averages are stuck in the middle of the fib line, so that's really not a great thing at all. Yeah, I'd needed to get under the 1785 and the moving averages to get closer and a retest of it for me to want to do anything with this one. Again, newer company. Let's see. SPY, Paul is asking for. Whoop, there it is. Okay, we're waiting for the move up. All right, so we were actually looking for a pullback to the 8 on SPY. Today we got a gap up. So that one ran away from us. 417.91. Let's draw that line there. 417.91. All right, what is it? It is this fib line right here. You see we stretched up with the wick on Friday. Today we opened below it and started to press up. If we got this retest of the 417.91 in the bounce, where does that leave us? So let's go take a look. We closed above, we retested, and we bounced right at 10 o'clock. SPY has 3 expirations a week. Let's go look at the 417s. This is now the 417 call options that expire today. The option, this option at 10 o'clock was $1.50, let's call it. Okay. It had a low of $1.45, a high of $1.60, so we'll call it $1.50. Just easy math. Right? That's what you would have paid for the option. It ran up its highest right before lunch to about $2.50. So it had a $1 increase from lunchtime until now. Did it retest? Did the SPY retest? Yes. Broke up, got above, retested, and bounced. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the opportunity that you're waiting for. Right? It is a great setup once you can find it. Yeah, Jim, I shut off the intraday data and put it back on. It came back. Amelia's trade was at 10:13. So she took it off of this candle here. All right. So, guys, whatever symbols I missed dropping back in, it's just too many for me to go back and try to find inside of all the questions in the comments. So Richard said, I'm not sure if you talked about the SPX. I usually try to trade the SPX because of the section 1256. I recently shorted SPX, made 24 puts, 190.85. So what did you do in 191.85, Richard? Are you doing a spread there when you said you shorted it? So did you sell a credit spread on it, or? And let me get back down to the bottom here again. Yeah, SPY, SPX, that X, similar daily charts are different. Yeah, no, they're the SPY is a derivative of the SPX. It's never exact. Yep, Richard said he did a credit spread on it. Okay. Vale, V-A-L-E. Debbie put in. Let's go look there. Oh, lower price stock. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to draw the fibs, and it's just lower price stock. So right now we're in a neutral bias, Debbie. I need us to get above the 8 moving average, which is 21, and then look at the target. Let's see. I don't know what that line is on my screen, so let's go back a little bit and see if it has any value. Yeah, way back, like in 2011. It was important. But that swing high does matter. So get me above the 8 moving average, which right now is at 2102. Give me a bounce off of there. And you've got 2302 is our resistance at this point. Yeah, and who's saying that? Michael's saying, is Vail looking like a short? So we're still in a bullish bias. Michael, do you understand how I look at bias, what it means? Are you familiar with that? Yes? Okay. So bullish bias says that we're above the 8 and the 8's above the 21 and our stock is above the 8. Neutral bias says the moving average is in the right order. 8 is on top, green, 21 is in the middle, brown, 55 is on the bottom. And we're between the 21 and 55. That's where we're at now. But the moving averages are still in a bullish order. So for me to take a bearish trade, the 8 has to at least cross the 21, which we're not far from, but then the stock price has to break the 55. And it's not true bear, but it's bear if that were to happen. And we're not really setting up yet. The easiest is always going to be coming back in line with what's going on right now. Where are we set up? That's where if you wait for an actual true bear, you're going to wait either a good price or a good time for that to happen here. So I would rather see the bullish. And if it doesn't set up, that's okay. There's one. It's actually not, I shouldn't say it's one. It is the absolute most important word in the market. Nothing that you do or learn will be more important than this one word. And that word is next. There you go. There you go, Sarah. Sarah typed it in just as I said it. Next. You got to get good at passing on bad candidates, guys. This isn't about finding good ones. That's not what I'm trying to teach you here. I'm trying to teach you how to not find bad ones, how to pass on the bad ones, and the good will rise to the top. Do everything you can to eliminate a candidate and keep only the cream. Let it rise to the top. That is why that there are at least 50% of the trades I take every year. Let me rephrase that. If I took 100 trades, at least 50 more I didn't take because the trade setup wasn't right. Okay? So you're welcome, Michael. So, Gene, if you're talking on my chart here, when you said 3 cross the 8, it's actually, if it's on my charts, it's a 5. And I've got this very faint blue line in there. I only use that for certain trade setups and one particular exit. So that's why I have it as a dashed dot line. I don't really want it to be jumping out at me. The other ones are all a medium line. And that's purposely. I don't want it jumping out at me because I only look at it for one real exit. And ironically, this year, 2021, we have not had a lot of opportunity to use that exit at all the entire year. That's how, I don't want to say bad it is, but that's how little help we've gotten with that moving average at all, with the 5. All right, Amy, could you do me a favor? Could you go ahead? You're welcome, Gene. Amy, could you go ahead and drop the link in for Wednesday's Launch the Market Moves? Guys, you will not be disappointed with it. And I told you, those of you that have not taken it before, it's $29 for your first one. Go ahead and enroll in it. And if you feel that you wasted your money after that, taking that training, I'll gladly give you a $29 back. You just send an email, we'll take care of it. No harm, no foul. Won't happen, but I'll do it gladly. And I'm going to share with you an indicator in there that helps me to identify extremely overbought and extremely oversold positions. It's one that I use very heavily, and that's all I use it for is just that. Is this thing extremely overbought, oversold? A little, I don't care. Extremely overbought and oversold. I've not seen an indicator set work better for it. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are done. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, you're just one trade away. Take care, ladies and gentlemen. I will see all of you, not next week, the week after, but don't miss Coach's Corner. That's going on next week. Get your groove on there as well. So, all right. See you all soon. Take care, folks. Thanks. We'll leave the room open a few minutes so you can grab that link. Talk to you soon.